Hello and welcome to the National PKU Alliance's first ever virtual conference here in 2021. It's a little different and a lot awesome. My name is Amy Oliver and I am the current board president of the National PKU Alliance. The NPKUA has the mission to improve the lives of individuals and families with PKU and pursue a cure. We'd like to begin by giving a special thank you to our conference sponsors who have helped make this possible. Our presenting sponsor is BioMarin. Our platinum sponsor is Nestle Health Science. We have two gold sponsors, Nutritia and VitaFlow. We have four silver sponsors, which are Ajinomoto Cambrook, Homology Medicines, PTC Therapeutics, and Synlogic. We also have two bronze sponsors, Abbott and the Every Life Foundation. And we have another sponsor, which is Pfizer. Again, a big thank you to our sponsors for helping make this conference happen. We'd like to acknowledge our board of directors. These individuals give their time and their talents and their expertise to make the NPKUA a top-notch nonprofit organization and help us achieve our goals and provide services to our families. And of course, we couldn't do any of this without our wonderful NPKUA staff. We have a number of staff members who have dedicated so much time and energy to making this conference a success this year. And so I want to give a special thank you to the staff for all of the work they've done to make a virtual conference this year and to have it be a wonderful experience that we are all going to enjoy. We can't thank them enough for all of the work that they do on behalf of everyone in the PKU community. Now, to give you a little background about who we are here for the virtual conference, for our attendees, we have 505 people registered to attend. 168 of those people have PKU, and we've set a couple of new records this year for our conference. We have 40 states in America represented, which is a new record for us. And we also have 20 different countries represented. That is also a new record. So this is a great opportunity for you to meet some new folks with PKU from all around the world. So our housekeeping notes. If you need technical support at any time during the virtual conference, you can call our CMC Global team at 877-635-4755. All sessions will open 15 minutes prior to their start time. If you miss something, don't worry. The recordings will be available right here in the conference platform for 1 week. And then afterwards, they'll be available on the NPKUA website, which is npkua.org. Make sure you take some fun conference photos and post them to the photo and social booth and on your social media pages. And we have a special hashtag set up for these shares, which is PKU Awesome 2021. You can even download the photo booth sign and take some pictures of yourself. We'd love to see some screenshots of you participating in the virtual conference. And please do share on social media so that we can all see everyone and how much fun we're all having at the virtual conference. Make sure you check out the other attendees and make some connections. There's a way to do that in the conference platform where you can connect with some new friends with PKU. And as we noted, they're from all over the world. So this really is a great opportunity for you to meet new people. Be sure to visit our virtual exhibits. We have some amazing exhibits that are available all of the time where you can pop in at your leisure and check out the items in the virtual exhibits. And most of all, and most importantly, we want everyone to have fun. And we don't want to miss the opportunity to tell you to save the date. So in 2022, the NPKUA conference is going to return in person, and it's going to be in Vancouver, Washington, July 7th through the 10th. So make sure you put those dates on your calendar. We're really excited about the opportunity for everyone to get back together in person, and we can continue all of our great conference traditions that happen in person. And with that, I am going to pass it off to Christine Brown so that she can give you some updates about the NPKUA and what it's been working on. Thanks so much.
Hi, thank you so much for joining us for the NPKUA's mini conference. My name is Christine Brown, and I'm the Executive Director of the National PKU Alliance. I'm really excited to share with you some of the updates that we've been working on since our last conference. So you may be wondering, why this photo? Well, this was back in 2018, before our world changed so much, and this was taken at our last in-person conference in Atlanta. A lot has happened since we gathered together in Atlanta back in 2018. We've had dire climate warnings, we've had the Me Too movement, we've had fires in the Amazon and in the Australian bush. We've had a year of protests and Brexit. We've had a new administration here in the United States. And, obviously we've also all survived a pandemic with COVID-19. But, there's some things that haven't changed in the last 2.5 years. We all continue to learn, go to work and go to school, although in very different ways. And despite the pandemic, every day, 65 babies were born with PKU across the globe. We continued our work at the NPKUA because PKU did not stop. The NPKUA did not stop. In fact, we actually expanded. We recently launched 2 new programs that provide additional support for adults and families to help them better manage their PKU. These programs launched at the beginning of this year. The first one is called the Peer Program. In this program, we have trained 10 PKU adults who have been challenged in managing their PKU in the past, but feel like they have it together now. And they're there to provide support to adults with PKU that are currently struggling. So these mentors are people who have walked in your shoes and have experienced the same journey that many of our adults are currently on. In addition to providing social support through the peer mentoring program, we also have a complementary program that's called Pathways. In this program, we have trained, again, 10 mentors. These are PKU adults, they're PKU parents. They also are healthcare professionals outside of the PKU community, but they have some sort of connection with PKU. And they're there to provide one-on-one individualized support for families and also adults. They can help you find patient assistance programs to help you cover the cost of your medical formula and your medical foods. They can connect you with local support if you're interested in meeting with other families or adults just like you. They can provide tips on cooking, on 504 plans. Really, the possibilities are endless. But I want you to hear from 2 of these mentors. You're going to hear from Matt and from Megan about why they're participating in these programs and how they can help you manage your PKU better.
Hi everyone, my name is Megan Rogers and I am one of the NPKUA's new Pathways mentors, and I'm really excited to help get this program off the ground because as an adult with classical PKU myself, I know how difficult it can really be to try and navigate through everything that our lives entail, whether it's insurance, finding a new clinic, simply just trying to navigate state laws can be so challenging and overwhelming sometimes that I know I could really have used somebody in the past to help me through that. I know my parents could have, and I'm really excited to help families and other individuals find the resources that are available to us, because there are so many resources if you just know where to look for them. And I am happy to become just another one of those resources for you and for your family.
Hello, my name is Matt Munger. I live in Tulsa, Oklahoma with my wife and 2 kids. I've grown up here my entire life with PKU. I'd like to take a few minutes just to share why I signed up to be a mentor in the PKU Mentor Program. Over the last 2 or 3 years, I've had an opportunity to go around sharing my experiences with PKU with others, doctors, friends, others patients with PKU. One thing I've learned in that time frame that I missed out on earlier is just the experience of talking to others with PKU. I'm able to learn so much by just talking to others that have some of the same, that go through the same trials that I go through. I've had a great family support system, a great friend support system my entire life, but being able to share those stories with others that have gone through the same experiences is priceless. So I've signed up to be a PKU mentor and would love to continue these conversations with others that have PKU. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you, Matt and Megan. Anybody can request a mentor on our website at npkua.org. There's other ways we've also expanded support since our last conference. For example, many of you know that the NPKUA is made up of different regional affiliated organizations around the country. These affiliate organizations know the unique local needs of the PKU community better than we do at the national level. And so we have now started to give out local affiliate grants totaling almost $60,000. These funds have been used to provide emergency formula assistance, low protein food pantries. They funded local camps and local events. They've been used to purchase how much fee subscriptions for adults and families in the area to help them manage their PKU better and count their phenylalanine. And they've also been used to bring organizations or people like Cook for Love at the local level to give low protein cooking demonstrations. In addition to that, we started a pilot program, which will be expanding next month, in providing newborn welcome kits to any family in the United States that has a new diagnosis of PKU. We all remember that day as parents when we got the call that our baby's test had come back positive for something called PKU. Remember how alone and isolated you felt? Imagine going to your clinic the next day and receiving a welcome kit that has items in it to help you manage your PKU better, a personalized welcome letter, a blender bottle to help mix the formula, a scale, a cooler bag, and also some things that are fun, like a onesie, and Band-Aids to help with those blood draws, a scale. So in addition to all of those things, the kit also includes our updated PKU guide for new parents that was done in partnership with Lurie's Children's Hospital in Chicago. Like everyone else in the last year, we went virtual too. And we've really exploded our information on our website and our social media to continue to provide support and education to PKU families. For example, we released the PKU treatment series with Children's Hospital in Colorado. These are videos that talk about how to treat PKU with a diet, how to treat it with Kuvan, how to treat it with Palynziq, as well as special considerations in PKU, transitioning to adulthood, maternal PKU, and also returning to treatment. All of these videos include a patient that has gone through that type of situation, and it's paired with professionals at Children's Hospital in Colorado. Those videos have now been viewed close to 2,000 times. In addition, we provided critical updates through webinars, whether that be updates on home fee monitors or critical research breakthroughs. And you know what? We've also had some fun. We hosted online socials with adults and teens. We did virtual grocery tours, so you can look at what you can find at your local grocery store that you can use for your PKU diet. And we also launched a series of Facebook Lives on how better to advocate as we look at passing the Medical Nutrition Equity Act. Now in 2021, you are going to see even more educational materials from us. And these are really related around gene therapy. Science and research are continuing to happen at a rapid pace. In fact, right now there's 2,600 current clinical trials in gene therapy, and 20 gene and cell-based gene therapy products have been approved by the FDA. In PKU alone, we have 2 current gene therapy trials. And we feel that it's our responsibility to make sure that you are educated and you know about gene therapy, how it works, and how it could be a potential hope for the future for PKU. We started doing education around gene therapy and releasing a 6-part gene therapy video series that's also on our website. But today I'm really excited to share with you a new animated video. This is the world premiere, and so I'm so excited for you to hear from Jean. And she's going to tell you what is gene therapy for PKU.
Hi, I'm Jean, and I'm here to help you understand what gene therapy is. But first, we need to learn about genes. Genes are the blueprint or instruction manual of all living things and can be found in each and every one of your cells. Using this blueprint, cells are able to get to work. Genes affect everything from the color and texture of your hair, to your height, to how your body metabolizes protein in the food you eat. Genes are made from your DNA and carry your genetic information. Sometimes there is a change, also known as a mutation in the gene from the original copy. This mutation or defect in the gene causes it not to work properly. Mutations can come from biochemical processes within the cell, something outside of the cell, or what we inherit from our parents. Genes that aren't working properly can have serious consequences. Scientists are working to find ways to solve this problem. They can replace, add, or turn on or off genes to tackle many health issues. PKU is caused by a mutation in the PAH gene. Because of this mutation, people with PKU cannot metabolize the amino acid phenylalanine, or as we call it, Phe. Phe comes from protein in our diet and has many important jobs, including helping our brain function normally. If the body cannot properly process Phe, the Phe builds up and acts like a poison that can cause a number of brain problems, including PKU fog. In gene therapy, scientists can repair a defective gene, add a new gene to fix the problem, or even turn off a problem gene. For PKU, scientists are working on introducing a brand new PAH gene. The PAH gene is made outside the body in a lab, and then it's transferred into the body to replace the mutated PAH gene. This new PAH gene will tell the cells to make the protein that will process Phe and help protect the brain. But to get into the cell, the new gene needs to first hitch a ride. Scientists use viruses. These viruses are called vectors, which are like little delivery trucks to get the repaired gene into your body. But don't worry, scientists make a virus safe by removing all the stuff that can make you sick. Then the delivery truck, also known as vector, carries the repaired gene into the cell. Once the gene moves into its new home, your body will be able to start making PAH enzymes that do what they're supposed to, process the Phe and protein, and keep your brain healthy. Gene therapy is full of possibilities. The National PKU Alliance is working with researchers and scientists around the world to bring us closer to a reality where PKU can be treated without a restrictive diet.
So while gene therapy is a great hope for the future of PKU, we still need to take care of our biggest challenge, and that is access and coverage of medical foods, the first line of therapy to treat PKU. Through coalitions and partnerships with other organizations and on our own, we have been involved in this fight since the very beginning of the National PKU Alliance. We were the first to introduce a bill. I know it's been a long time. We've been fighting this for 12 years, but I'm so happy to tell you that we really think that this year is our year. We've had close to 900 visits with congressional offices in the last 18 months. We were just doing virtual Hill visits earlier last month, and we are going to be completing more virtual visits through Rare Across America in a few weeks. The thing that you need to know is your story matters. And Congress and your congressional representatives, they want to hear from you and they need to hear from you in order to get this bill passed. Your phone calls, your visits, and your emails are the most important thing you can do to move PKU progress forward this year in 2021. This is our year. However, it does take more than phone calls and contacting your representatives. We also need to make sure that we have the groundwork and that we are heard and seen, whether virtually or in person, on Capitol Hill every day. And to that end, the NPKUA financially supported an economic analysis of the Medical Nutrition Equity Act, so we can answer those questions when representatives and senators ask about potential bill cost. That analysis will also guide the Congressional Budget Office as they actually create a cost to the bill this year. In 2019, we hired through the Every Life Foundation a full-time medical foods policy associate. So Kylie Barber is representing the NPKUA, your interests and your story on Capitol Hill every day. And we've even upped the ante a little bit more because, again, we believe that this session, this year, is our year to get this bill passed. And we've recently started a contract and a relationship with Crossroads Strategy lobbying firm to help us get there. Now, we also do a lot of work for you outside of medical foods coverage. We want to make sure that PKU has a seat at the national table in several initiatives. So I just want to tell you a little bit about some of those. We currently hold a seat at the FDA Patient Engagement Collaborative. This is a patient collaborative made up of 16 patient representatives across the US that is guiding the PKU in how to be more inclusive of the patient voice in drug development. We continue to have a seat at the Secretary's Advisory Council on Heritable Disorders in Newborns and Children through their long-term follow-up committee. An NPKUA staff person recently participated in the NIH's National Center for Advancing Gene-Targeted Therapies series and actually presented about gene therapy and the PKU patient voice. In addition, you may have heard of the Fee-Free Consortium. This is an NIH rare disease clinical research network for PKU that was funded for the first time last year by the National Institute of Health. This is a $1 million a year grant for 5 years to help better understand and move PKU research forward. In the Fee-Free Consortium, we are the patient organization representing the patient voice, meeting with the Fee-Free Consortium every month, attending these meetings and offering the patient perspective. You may have also heard that the American College of Medical Genetics and Genomics is going to be updating the medical guidelines for PKU. We have a seat at that table, and I'm currently involved in that guideline process, and also recently completed participating in an update to the nutritional guidelines for Peg-Valiase that was done by the Professional Dietitians Association, Genetic Metabolic Dietitians International. We are with you, and we make sure that these people hear from you and the perspective of what it's like to be a PKU patient every day. Lastly, we represent your voice and your story in getting better treatments and a cure. You've told us what's important: a completely normal diet, normal Phe levels, no PKU brain fog, no symptoms of high Phe, no issues multitasking or executive function issues. There have been 10 new IND applications filed at the FDA since our last conference. These are investigational drug applications to look at potential new therapies for PKU. We actually have 7 potential PKU therapies in clinical trials. You can learn about those on our website. We actually have a clinical trial finder where you can see what clinical trials you might be eligible for. And of course, our PKU patient registry, which you'll hear about later during this conference, is also advancing research and ensuring that the patient voice is front and center. You know, we maintain close relationships with 8 companies now that are working on new therapies for PKU. We help them find patients for focus groups. We review their clinical protocols and tell them which part of a protocol in a clinical trial might be challenging for PKU patients to adhere to. We talk to them about what the community wants and what makes the most sense in terms of a protocol. And before COVID, and pretty soon, I'm assuming once again, we'll be able to meet face-to-face with companies. We often go in and we do lunch and learns with their employees to let them know about PKU and give them that personal voice and that personal story. Again, we're here to ensure that the PKU voice is the front and center of all PKU drug development. Now, I do want to give you a little bit of an update on some research breakthroughs that have happened through your investments in our research program. And so I want to highlight 3 areas of success. So first is Dr. Eric Copes, who is on the upper part of my slide. He is our NPKUA funded fellow, and he has created a new animal model for PKU that can actually now be used to study the safety and efficacy of a new drug candidate before it goes into humans. Also, Dr. Sean Christ, the research that we have funded has now led to new knowledge on the impact of PKU on the brain structure and also brain function. And hot off the presses, Oregon Health and Science University, our funding there partly supported a study that showed how Tylenol-resistant liver cells in mice treated then with gene therapy actually multiply, and a greater portion of the corrected cells were created. This is not science fiction. This is really happening with PKU and are the direct result of our fellowship and our research funding program. So despite this tumultuous year, the NPKUA has not only survived, we have thrived. And it's all because of you. You are at the heart of everything we do. As a community, as a family, we are always here for one another. So let's come together this weekend and meet a $25,000 fundraising goal that will continue to push our advocacy, research, support, and education initiatives forward. So get out your phones with me, and what I want you to do is text PKU to 243725. Again, text PKU to 243725. We'll keep you updated throughout the conference on how much money we're able to raise, because together we can do anything. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you in this beautiful place of Vancouver, Washington next July.